Hello and welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today we're going to test out the Izzet Spellweaving deck, and I pretty much decided to go on this one because this is the one deck that I had to kind of spend the most wild cards on, but also these wild cards are pretty much flexible. Let's like for example, Champion of Wits not only fits here, it also fits in the white blue Azorius Ascendancy deck, also fits in the blue black Dimir Manipulation deck. So, not so I guess if I'm gonna spend on one, it's probably gonna be in this one. Most of the stuff I spent on ended up being cards that I really wanted anyway. So first off, we're gonna make a few changes now that we actually have a sideboard to keep in mind. So originally a braid was here because I would have to worry that I have to deal with artifacts immediately. But now that we have an opportunity to sideboard, we can actually have some lightning strikes in the main instead. So we could aim for a really fast start. Actually, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of back and forth. So another thing is Bloodwater Entity, kind of the weird one out. It's acts like a forerunner in that it gets one of your spells back, in this case from the graveyard, puts it on the top of the deck. There are times when I could take advantage of it and times when I couldn't. And anyway, the nice thing now is that with Kaladesh and Aether Revolt out, we now have access to Torrential Gearhulk. Now, the update gave us all 4 copies, but I'm just gonna put 2 in for now. Gonna still keep with our Singleton Hour of Devastation. So a bunch of things have changed a bit. We definitely added Soulscar Mages. So the most important thing we learned is that we need to be flexible, either fast early or able to hold our own late. So we added Soulscar Mages to the sideboard. Probably just 3 copies of them. These are rare. These are still rare after all. Probably the one that's not so flexible. Wizard's Retort, I dropped these guys because we had access to Disallow. And even then the Disallow just ended is pretty much in the sideboard for now. Also because interesting thing with Kaladesh, Aether Revolt, a lot of interesting toys we can try out. So, like for example, we have actually 1 copy of Saheeli Right to play around with. I know she's not the greatest. We don't have Felidar Guardian to play with, but still a 3 mana Planeswalker. Worst case scenario can multiply a Champion of Wits, digs us a little bit deeper. Can multiply Torrential Gearhulk. That's probably the best case scenario. Otherwise but otherwise, simply put, she does have Scry 1 and just pings the opponent. Card selection is still somewhat important, so I'm not dismissing her quite immediately. I guess there are better uses for this. Speaking of which, I opted to drop Nezahal, kept the Riddle forms. Siren Storm Tamer. Yeah, we dropped the Siren Storm Tamers because we now have the Soulscar Mages. So let's see. I'm gonna actually go back to Magic Arena for a second, see what I actually put in here. What's it look like? Yep. So bunch of changes here. Kept the lightning strikes. Oh yeah, put in a treasure map. Put in a copy of Fight with Fire. Also put in Chandra. Hazaret, this one's a bit of a gimme only because I had a copy of him. I guess you could put another Hour of Devastation. Not big enough to destroy Torrential Gearhulks. And let's see. Another copy of Baral, another copy of Adeliz. Oh yeah, definitely the shocks. Okay, so let's go back, see. So I kind of did a little bit of homework, I suppose. Oh yeah, what's our mana base? We definitely fit in the Arch. 1, 2. Okay. So Arch of Razka comes in. Even if it's just one copy, I actually have two copies, but I'm just playing with one copy right now. Adeliz, gonna add the second one because she goes in the sideboard. So we have a transformational sideboard that can go slightly more aggro. So basically, we dump the Hours of Devastation, we just add more Lightning Strikes, we add the Abrades. Have a few copies of Shock, we'll add those two. It's taking a while to get up Shock. There you go. And we also added another copy of Blink of an Eye. It's the counter spell suite can be a bit more flexible, I suppose. Oh yeah, Sorcerer's Spyglass. We're not exactly okay. We're not exactly taking big advantage of Sahilirai's ultimate. We're not actually counting on it either. So, Sorcerer's Spyglass. That was our sideboard. So, what did I miss here? Oh yeah, Chandra, Torch of Defiance. We actually have multiple copies also, but I'm just running one for now. You have to operate on the assumption that that if we actually start open beta, if we actually start beta for real, I don't know if they'll give us the 10 decks as is or if they'll give us something else completely. But I don't mind putting up a lot of Chandras anyway. It's not too bad. So I put in a Hazoret. Okay, what am I missing here? Okay, definitely had the Wizard's Lightning. Kind of like extra burn spells. We do have some wizards, but not too many. Treasure Map, Fight with Fire. Yeah, put Burrell in. Okay, my math may be a bit wrong on the land count, so we definitely. So, Treasure Map. So this one's more of a wizard-esque build. We have some early control components, so we can actually just bring Baral in. We still have our G2 Chroniclers, because buying back spells is actually quite helpful. Like, alternately, we can use the Mirari Conjecture as a way to buy back spells. It'll mostly just buy back instants since we didn't up our sorcery game, but that is also a consideration we can do. So what's the one card I'm missing? I know 10-8. 2 Desert of the Mindful, 1 Desert of the Fervent, 4 Sulphur Falls. I'm actually slightly cheating on that one right now. Hour of Devastation. It says I have 26 lands. Definitely gonna drop one. Probably gonna add in another Essence Scatter. Or actually I can just put in Censors here. It's still card draw, so I'm not still trying to. If you're guys watching right now, you're probably yelling at me at what did I miss. Oh yeah, Fight with Fire. So that's my singleton copy. We're definitely at 26 lands. I'm going to do a quick analysis to see how many what's our color distribution. And this color distribution is actually quite good. I'm definitely gonna just drop an island for now. So that's go back down to 25. Nope, I said drop down. Then, oops, sorry, that's not what I meant to see, for you guys to see. So if you drop an island, we will make room for probably another counter spell since we've already. Censor's okay, I guess. chart the course. Also another way to draw cards. Expel from Araska, Singleton Bounce, Glassblower's Puzzle Knot. No, just looking over the stuff I have now. I could play Naban, but I don't. But none of the wizards I'm playing here have any enter the battlefield triggers. Okay. Yeah, let's just put in one more essence. Got. You know what? There's a better way. I'm gonna put the one copy of. I'm gonna put one copy of a braid in the main deck. Sideboard, I'm going to add probably a negate. Okay, there you go. So that's my fix for the deck. So not used to this. You'd expect that I'd be used to it by now, but no, I apologize. So that's our mix. This does feel significantly different from the first iteration of the Izzet Spellweaving deck. Notably, we don't have the Spellweaver Drakes. We don't have the Treat to cast 2/2 prowess flyers that buy back, that put a spell on top of the deck. So we're kind of, I wouldn't say this is more conservative. I say this is, we are leaning towards both edges. We're leaning towards the early game edge, especially we sideboard. We are leaning towards the late game edge, especially if we sideboard. So right now our main deck is kind of a bit of a mix of both. We do have some mid game. So that might be our strongest or our weakest point. This is probably where the deck is gonna either stay put or collapse. So this isn't it. So let's analyze this one more time. So okay, details. Yep, mana distribution still okay. Yes, I am slightly nervous about this. There are other I can see some cards that we could fix up more. Oh yeah, I put in the treasure maps here. Like we could up the ante in treasure maps. We can it's even possible to go super late control, just drop the wizard package altogether. And that's not impossible. But lately with a lot of mono red aggro or red black aggro, it is still somewhat scary. So I'm gonna give this a go. So this is gonna be Izzet Spellweaving version 2.5. We'll probably head to gameplay a little bit shortly. So that's it for this deck. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Kinda wish me the best of luck. I'm going to need it. And again, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you guys again soon.